Welcome back, viewers. In today's video, we are going to check out the LXQT desktop of Siduction OS. So, if you remember in the last two videos where we checked out the KDE desktop and the XFC desktop, we tried the different file systems. So, in this video, in the LXQT desktop, we are going to try the RazorFS file system. So, we are checking out the complete all the facets of the different operating system. Whenever we check out the different desktops, we do the experiments. Like in some of desktop we will use the extended 4 file system, in the other desktop we use the XFS file system, in some other desktop we will use the Razor file system, and then we check out the different distro specific applications, the configurations, the different repos that are configured in the system. So in the last video we had seen how the repos are configured in the system, what different repos are used by the Siduction OS, and in the earlier video, that is the KDE desktop, we have seen the Siduction specific applications that were developed by the Siduction developers for the end users. So we are doing a complete roundup of the different facets and features of the operating system and bringing it to you in a controlled fashion. So you will not be overwhelmed with the information. So different desktops, in all the different desktop videos, some new information we are bringing out, so you can easily grasp it. So the information comes to you in a structured manner, in a slow manner, so that you can grasp it. Otherwise, in one video we can finish the Siduction OS and all the information will be packed into one video, and then what happens is the grasping, the new users might not grasp it that easily. So we are bringing it in a thorough fashion. So let us start. I want to show you the grub, how the grub looks in Siduction OS. So specifically we are starting this video from the launch of the virtual machine. So this is the grub screen. This is how it looks. There is this only one line is there for the selection. There are no multiple fallback kernel. Everything is not given here. Only memory test and the line item for the Siduction OS with the default kernel. So there are no fallback kernel available here. So you have to click. So this is it. You can see it here, the RazorFS file system was shown. If you go back and freeze the screen, you will see the RazorFS file system. Okay, now we will input our username and password. This is the typical greeter screen of Siduction OS. You got 4 buttons at the bottom. That is the session manager, the shutdown button or the power button. You have got reboot button, suspend button, hibernate button is there because we have configured the swap along with the Razor file system. So if you don't configure the swap partition, the hibernate button will not be there. And there is this login button. So now we have to hit enter. Let us see if the resolution scaling is properly done in LXQT or not, or we will have to do it. Yes, so resolution scaling is properly done. So this is the best thing about LXQT desktop. In KDE desktop there was an issue. In XFC also we had to scale the resolution. Now this is the typical LXQT desktop. You can see here in the desktop you have got this IRC link to the IRC chat. The Siduction manual is there. There is a LXQT panel at the bottom. This is the application menu. These are the two workspaces 1 and 2. This is the minimize all windows button. This is the LXQT configuration settings or the system settings. It is LXQT configuration center. What is this? This is the button to show whether the caps lock is operative or not, the number lock is operative or not. and the scroll log is operative or not. Whenever these three buttons are operative, it will brighten up, it will be bold. This is the layout of the keyboard that is right now in operation. This is the network interface or the network manager. You have got the removable devices manager. This is the simple volume control and link to the mixer, audio mixer. This is the calendar, and this is the power button or the power menu. So here you can see logout, shutdown, suspend, lock screen, reboot, and hibernate. Now let us go into the details. So BioView terminal, Feather Notes is there. So this is a LXQT application, note application. Then you got Featherpad. This is also LXQT application. LXQT file archiver. Midnight Commander is a TUI, that is the terminal user interface editor. I have shown you in earlier videos also. The PCman FM Qt file manager is there. It is the default file manager for the LXQT desktop. It is designed in developed in Qt. And then there is the QLeaper. I think it is, yes, it is the clipboard tool. Vim is there, a text editor. X archiver is given. Except burn is there for your DVD CD burning requirements, and the Zim desktop wiki is there, that also I have shown you earlier. In the game section, 2048 Qt is there. So 2048 is a game, it is there in the this Gnome desktop also, but in Gnome desktop it is developed in GTK. Here it is in Qt. In graphics section you got Flameshot, GIMP is there, Inkscape is there, Alex Image is there, LibreOffice Draw, Screen Grab is there. It is a screen capture program. Xen is the image scanning utility, and Nomax is the image viewer. So there are multiple image viewers given here, and some image manipulation program like GIMP is given. In internet section, Conman UI setup is nothing but the connection UI setup. So it will help you to connect your device with the network. So you will come to that. Firefox, HChat, IRC, SSH activate, SSH deactivate, Thunderbird, QBitTorrent. It is a BitTorrent program written in Qt. Office, the complete of LibreOffice suite is there along with the QPDF view. So it is a PDF viewer. In sound and audio section, so sound and video section, the pulse audio volume control, XF1 and Voco screen is there. There is no media player given here, so this is to be noted. So you will have to install the media player of your choice. In system tools, you can see Htop, KDE Partition Manager, Midnight Commander, Qt Terminal, Qt Dropdown Terminal. So it is nothing but the dropdown terminal Yakuke, just like Yakuke. It will drop down from the top end of your screen. System profiler and benchmark, dconf editor, kernel remover, QPS is there. QPS is a process manager, Siduction manual, WhoWatch. So WhoWatch is a console interactive process and users monitoring tool. So we will all check all these tools later in the video. We'll just go through the application menu first, and these are the LXQT settings. Alternatives configurator we have seen in the last video, that is the KDE desktop. Bluetooth manager, print settings, synaptic package manager, and the X screensaver settings. This is the about LXQT section. So if you click on this, you can see it here. The LXQT version is 1.2. So recently, I think just few days back, the LXQT version 1.3 has been released, but I think it has not made way to the Debian unstable. Maybe by next month it will be there in the this Debian unstable, the LXQT version, that is new release 1.3. So if you try out the Siduction OS maybe one month or later, you might be able to check out the LXQT version 1.3. So you can see it here, the author credits, special thanks, translations, technical info, everything is given. The Qt version used for development is 5.15.8. So this is the latest stable, we can say stable version, that is the LXQT 1.2. So now it is one version old. The latest version now is around 1.3. Okay. Now this is the power menu. Lock screen, you can directly lock screen by clicking on this. So now what we will do is, first let us check out the feather notes. So So this is the feather nodes. You can see it here, version is 1.1. You can take the nodes, and the nodes, you can have a tree formation of the nodes. You can see it here, node by node. So depending on the dependencies between the different nodes, you can create a tree structure of the nodes, and then you can logically arrange all your data in the tree structure. So this is the big feature of feather nodes. So now I will close this. Feather pad is there. So this is a standard feather note taking application, but that this was specialized. Which one? This one I will show you. Feather notes is more specialized. Feather pad is a general note taking application. You can jot anything down here. It is simple. It doesn't have the tree feature to organize your notes. PC Man FM. This is the file manager, default file manager for the LXQT desktop. You can see the version 1.2.1. So it has got less features than the this Genome file manager or the Cinnamon file manager, but it is very fast and it is very stable. I can vouch for the stability of the LXQT desktop. Very few bugs are there. Most of the bugs are found in Genome and KDE because those are fast developing desktops, and more features are loaded every year, every development cycle. So consequently, more bugs are there. But this in except the LXQT desktop, LXD desktop, the development cycles are slow. That's why less bugs are there. Of course, there will be some bug, but the intensity and the you can say frequency of the bugs is very less. Now we will check out the flame shot. Okay, hello, I am here. Click on icon in the tray to take a screenshot. Okay, but where is the? I don't see the icon here anywhere coming up. So maybe it requires some configuration, or maybe it will require another. Let us see what happens. I've clicked it again. It should work. We go with the next. Let us check out the LX image. So this is the LX image. So it is version 1.2. So this is also good image viewer. There are all the features that are required are present in the image viewer. Let us try out the Nomax. So you have to first choose your language. So English is there. Only one language is set up, so there is not an issue. Nomax image launch is there. Okay. Let us open the documentation. Let us see what is there. So nothing is there. It is not opening up. Maybe the documentation is not. Yes, it is opening up. It is opening up the Mozilla Firefox. So the documentation is not there in the ManDB pages, but it is available online via Mozilla Firefox. You can see it here. The documentation is there. You should go through this documentation. Yes, the tutorials are also there, questions, reviews, so you can check out and start using Nomax. So it is a good alternative as an image viewer. So screen grab, let us try the screen grab. Yes, so we can have a window, selected window for the screenshot. We can specify screen area, last selected area, delay. So I think I've checked this screen grab in, I think, LXQT desktop in some of the other Linux distributions. You can check it out. So let us try to do a window. Okay. Let us go with the screen area and delay. You can insert a delay if you want. 1 second delay. Okay, so anyway, I will close this. You can do it yourself. It is very easy. Now let us go ahead. In the internet section, let us try the conman UI setup. Let us see what happens. What is this application? It is taking some time to open up. Meanwhile, we can check out the, yes, it has now opened up. So conman, it is nothing but a connection manager system tray. So here you can see the different connections that are active right now. You can add multiple connection, wired, wireless, everything. You can see it here, the Ethernet is present there. You can see it is showing us that we are connected to Ethernet using a cable, but it is not a cable actually. We are connected via wireless, but it is a virtual connection via of the virtual machine with the my laptop. So it is showing cable, but it is not actual cable. It is wireless only. So I will close this down. Now let us go ahead. Let us check out the qubit torrent. So this interface is, I think, very intuitive. I have used this earlier in one of the LXQT desktop that was featured. I have shown you how it works, everything. You can check it there. So it is there. It is a very good application, light application developed in Qt. Now, so SSH QPDF. Yes, let us go and open the QPDF. So this is the QPDF. It is also good application. I have used QPDF in one of the Linux distribution I had installed on my system. So it is a capable application to view PDFs. So it has PDF support using Poplar, PS support using libspector, Deja Vu support using the Deja Vu libre or library, and the printing support is there using the CUPS 2.4.2 printers, printing driver. So I will close this now. Let us go ahead, check out more tools. So in sound section, I have told you there is only this pulse audio volume control except one and the Voco Screen NG. It is a screencast creator or the screen recorder. There are no media players available. Let us now check out the system tools. Let us check out the H-top. So you can see it here. It is using just 569 MB out of the 3.83 GB RAM. Swap is zero use. 58 tasks are running, 114 threads and 164 kilo threads. Load average 0.004, 0.28, 0.27. So it is very light on the system. You can use this LXQT desktop on your old system. So if you want to have a combination of the latest operating system and the oldest desktop, you can use this. So you can use the latest Siduction OS release on your old desktop. It will work. So if you've got 5-6 year old desktop, this LXQT will work very fine on the old desktop. Now let us go over and check the KDE partition manager. Why I want to show you the KDE partition manager? I just want to show you the Razor FS. So you can see it here. This is the root partition. The Razor FS is installed. You can see it here. The installation size of the system is 5.31 GB out of the 20.79 GB. So it is quite light. And I think the Razor FS is working very fine. I don't see any lags, any issues. This is then this is the Q terminal or the Qt terminal. So this is terminal developed especially for the LXQT desktop. You can do uname A. So here you can see the Linux SAM standard PC edit. This is the name of my PC. The kernel version is 6.2.6-1-Siduction AMD 64. It is a symmetric multiprocessing preempt dynamic kernel. Okay, so now what I will do is I will close this. Let us go ahead. Kernel remover is there. Okay, so for that what we will do is there is only one kernel installed. Okay, so for that what we will do is let us try to install one kernel. Sudo apt search Linux image. Let us see what happens. We will try to install one. Yes, Sam is not there. Okay, so we will do su apt search Linux kernel. Let us see what it gives. Yes, we can use this image. Let us try to install this image. Copy selection, and then we will try to install this image. Let us go at the bottom. You can do again uname r uname dash a. So here you can see the at present it is 6.2.6. So we use apt install and then paste clipboard. Let us see. Yes, it will take few minutes to install this. Just 48.1 MB. Since this is Debian, I think we don't need to specify the header file separately. Headers file will be automatically pulled. Let us see what happens. Header file should automatically pulled and installed. And we might require to restart the system once. Okay, so you can see it here. New kernel available. So the current kernel version is 6.2.6.1, which is not the expected kernel version. 6.2.7.1 Siduction. Restarting system to load new kernel will not be handled automatically. So you should consider rebooting. Yes. So let us reboot. Restarting. Okay. Okay. So what we will do is we will close this. Let us restart the system. What happened? Okay. I think we locked the system instead of rebooting it. We have to go here and then reboot the system. So after reboot, let us see what happens. Now in the grub menu, there will be two. So what we can do is we can go with the newer installed kernel, and now we will use the kernel removal tool to remove the older kernel. So you can see the file system is clear. It is Razor FS file system. It was shown. It is shown for a very short time, but you can see the Razor FS. Okay, so now we will again boot and log into the screen. Yes, now we can use the kernel removal tool to remove the older kernel. So you have to go in system tools. I think it was there in system tools. Yes, the kernel remover is there. So now you have to input your password. Okay. Yes. Why it is showing only one kernel is installed? Should have shown the kernel. I don't know why it is showing like this, but it should show because two kernels we are now logged in into the newer kernel. I don't know why it is showing us like this. Okay. So anyway, but it should work like this only. What is this QPS? Let us check out. So this is another system monitor tool. You can see it here. If you want, you can show the processes in a tree formation. You can also show the threads. So there will be some link between the threads and the processes. So it will show us the link between threads and processes. Let me maximize it so you will get a better idea. This is how the process tree looks along with the threads. And in this is the linear fashion. So here only the PID is shown and all the processes are in linear fashion. So the connections between the processes are not shown here. You can see it here, the CPU usage, it is very light, you can see. So the total memory usage is just 464 MB here out of the 3.9 GB. Buffer is around 20 MB. Cache size is 395 MB. CPU usage, you can see it here, very low. System using just 0.8% of the resources, user using 2.3% of the resources. So it is very light system. Uptime, you can see it here, it is 3.22 minutes. To watch. Now this is another system monitor. So let us, yes. So when I click T, it shows the process is in a T formation, tree formation. So it will show the process dependencies in a tree formation. You can see it here. These are the process ID. This is the tree, process tree that is running. So 56 tasks are running. 56 tasks are there. One running and 55 are sleeping. Okay. If I click on D, it will show the detail of the selected process. So it is showing us this selected process 1020. These are the status for this process. This is the UID and the GID. So these are different system IDs given to the process. And this is the process group that this process belongs to. And these are some process IDs. And this process is for the GVFS MTP volume monitor. So the volume monitor is running and this process handles the volume monitor. Clicking on O, it will show us the owner. Who is the owner of this process? That is the volume monitor is Sam. Sam is, that is me. Okay. Clicking on L will show the line numbers. That is the line number or the index of this process. That is the number 7 process. ENT. What is this users? ENT, how to ENT. So it is not working. So this is something a different type kind of system monitor. You can go through the help for this. It is written in Qt. You can see it here. This system monitor opens up in the Qt terminal. Okay, so now we will close this. We have completed the system tools. Now in preferences, let us go out in the, let us go to the LXQT configuration center. So this LXQT configuration center is just like the XFC system settings. So you got the session settings, shortcut keys. Okay, so we will first go through it systematically. The first is the appearance setting, brightness, date, day, date, time. The desktop settings are there, desktop notifications, file associations, keyboard, local, monitor settings, power management, session settings. The shortcut keys are there, and the users and groups are there. So let us try to click and open each of the settings. So this is it. These are the users that are right now configured on the system. And these are the groups that are configured on the system. You can see it here. All the groups that are right now available on the system are given here. You can add, remove users. You can add users to different groups. You can remove the users from different groups. Everything you can do it from here. Change the user password. Change the privileges of the user using this. Now let us click on the session settings. So these are the session settings, LXQT session settings, user directories. So these are the file paths to desktop, downloads, template, public share, documents, music, pictures, videos. This is the auto start. You can set up your system auto starts for different applications from here. These are the environment settings for your LXQT session. These are the basic settings. You can choose the window manager. Right now only one window manager, that is the XFC window manager is there, but you can install further window managers. For example, you can install the Fluxbox, any other window manager here, and you can use it. This is the power management, so you can configure the power manager. It is a typical power manager. I will not go in detail. You can see what is it. It is there on your screen. Everything is visible. These are the monitor settings. You can change the resolution from here. This is the local settings. You can change the region and all other local settings from here. This is the keyboard and mouse settings. Typical keyboard mouse settings. File association settings. So which application will open which type of file. So you can specify it here. There are different sections. You can specify the default application. You can do the settings for the desktop notifications, position of the notifications, where it will be shown on the screen. This is the settings for the desktop preferences, icon size, label text, spacing, the different backgrounds, default background color, where will be all the wallpapers coming from. So you can set a path to the wallpaper folder. All those things are there, visible shortcuts. So you can specify home, trash, and network, and then apply. It should come. Yes, it has come up. Okay, so now I will close this. This is the date time function. You can see it here. Brightness control is there. This is the backlight control is not, it is great, but I think by installing some application or drivers, we can have the backlight control also available. And finally, the appearance section. So here you can set the widget style. So right now it is Fusion. You can change the different styles, widget styles. For example, let us have plastic widget style. Here you can see it will change. You have to just apply it. It will take some time, but it will be shown. You can go with Advaita. Yes, you can see the window styles have changed. Go with GTK2. You can see the change here appearing in the window. So now you can see the changes have appeared. GTK2. Let us go with the plastic. Yes, it is working. You can go with motif. Yes, this is the motif style. And we finally come back to the default, that was the fusion style. Okay. Now let us go over and check out the icon theme. So the papyrus icon theme is currently working. We can go with the e-papyrus icon theme. Let us try to do it. Yes, now the e-papyrus will start working. You can see here there is change in the icon theme. Now it is the default icon theme for the elementary OS, that is functional. So like this, we can change the different appearance themes. And this is the LXQT theme that is currently enabled. We can change it. We can go with different LXQT themes. Let us go with the Valendas. It will change the look of the panel at the bottom. So this looks very nice. But this LXQT theme also changed the icon theme. So for that icon theme, now it has gone to GNOME. So let us go with the Papyrus icon theme for elementary OS, e-Papyrus, sorry. Yes. So that will be more better than the GNOME theme. GNOME icons looks very old. Okay, so this is the font. So right now the Bitstream Vera Sans font is default. You can change the font. There are three cursor themes: Breeze Light, Breeze, and Advaita. We will go with the Breeze only. And the GTK style also can be changed. We have to enable the GTK theme by clicking here, and then you can change the GTK2 and GTK theme from here. So we are not going to apply this. Now you have completed the system settings and the appearance area. Now let us come over to the alternatives configurator. We have seen Conman, also we have seen printer settings. It is cups printer. Synaptic package manager we will check definitely. So this, so there is no software store, only the Synaptic package manager is there. So we will have to use the Synaptic package manager to install any application package you want, or you can use the terminal. So only two methods: terminal, either terminal and apt package manager, or you can use the Synaptic package manager, which is a GUI based package manager or a package installer or a software store, whatever you can say. So here you can see the software packages are arranged in sections or groups. You have to go through it. For example, I want to install VLC, so I will open this search bar and search for VLC. It will show up soon. So the VLC has come up. So I think VLC will be here only. Just yes, the VLC is there. All these are VLC packages only. You have to just now go and search for the VLC name. Yes. So the VLC package is here. You have to just right click and mark for installation. It will pull all the required dependencies. You see all the required dependencies have been pulled up automatically, and you can add more packages. For example, if you want a VLC plugin for the BitTorrent, so that for that you have to install this package. If you want the jack plugin for the VLC, you have to use, so you can use the VLC for your sound recording needs. So you have to use this VLC plugin jack. If you want to use Pipewire instead of Pulse Audio, you can use the Pipewire, but you will have to install this plugin, that is the VLC plugin Pipewire. So these are the different plugins, and X264. So yes, now this is important. So just like in some operating system, the X264, that is the encoder for the X264, that is this open source encoder, is not installed by default in this Siduction OS. In Debian it is installed by default. X264 is installed by default, but if you want the closed or proprietary decoder, then you have to use X264. It is also available, but X264 is a open source package for the video encoder. So this is by not installed by default. So you can see this package is not installed by default because there are no media players installed by default. So whenever you install any media player, this X264 will be installed as a dependency, and then only you can play the video, because the videos cannot be decoded without either the X264 or the H264 package. I think one is required, any one. So you can install X264 or H264 or both. So without that, the video cannot be played. So keep this in mind. Whenever you install Siduction, you will have to install this package. If you don't install this package, the videos will not play. So first, try to install the VLC media player. So it will automatically pull this package. But you can see right now it is not pulling up. So I will mark it for installation along with the VLC media player packages, and you have to apply the install, and it will get installed. So now you can play your videos on the Siduction OS. So I think we have shown you many things. Yes, this is done. Now shortcut keys are pending. Now let us open the shortcut keys. So there are some shortcut keys or key bindings that are pre-configured in the Siduction OS desktop. You can see it here. And you can also change the way this works. You can change the keys. You can change the action of the key bindings. Everything can be done using this. You can add, remove, modify the keys. For example, I can modify this. Instead of Alt F, I can have another command. So you have to configure this by yourself, how you want to use the keys, the combination of keys, everything. It is possible from here. Now anything is pending. Bluetooth manager is there. So the software is installed. VLC media player is installed. You can see it here. Where it is in sound and audio. Yes, the VLC media player is now available. So it will be the same version that is available in 3.0.18. That is the same version available in Debian. Okay. So now what we will do is, yes, so the architectures available is Arch All and the Arch AMD 64. And here you can check out the repositories. So if you want to check which repositories are used in Siduction, you can check it out. It's not. Yes. So total all these repositories are there in the unstable. So our Siduction OS is only using two repositories from the unstable. So that is this one and this one extra. Further to that, there are many other different repositories that are available, but they are not enabled by default, and this fixes repository is also enabled by default. So only 3 repositories I can see that are used by Siduction. Rest all the repositories are not used. Some of these repositories belong to the different mirrors. For example, this Belnet mirror is there, .src mirror is there. So these are different mirrors, but the main repositories are only 3 in number. This is the unstable Debian repository, Siduction extra repository, and the third repository is the fixes repository. Only 3 repositories are used. Rest are all repositories belonging to the different mirrors. So now I will close this. So we have got a good overview of the Synaptic Package Manager, how it is used, and the different repositories available in the Siduction OS. Okay, so Bluetooth Manager, screensaver is there. So marbling is right now the default screensaver. It is looks good. I will keep this, but you can change it. There are different options available here, and there is some advanced mode and the display modes are there, so you can configure all those things. I have done it many times. I will not go in much details. Let us check out the Bluetooth manager. So this is the Bluetooth manager. You can configure the different adapter devices that are connected to the system from here. Now let us check out the different wallpapers. So if wallpapers are available, let us check. So not much wallpapers are available. You can see it here, all the wallpapers, same wallpaper with different resolutions. So what to do? So nothing, you have to just open the terminal, on that Q terminal, su apt install. We will install variety here also. Because without the good wallpaper, is not of much, you can say the system looks very boring. You require a good wallpaper to spice up the your user experience. We will install this variety here also. These default wallpapers are not to my liking. They are okay, good looking, but not. It is not sizzling up the things. It should sizzle up. It should make you feel wow. So once the variety is set up, install, we will set it up and then try out some wallpapers. Which wallpapers will look on this good on this LXQT desktop? Let us see. And after that, we will stop the video. We have done a good job of checking out in details. So variety, add, yes, add to desktop, open, accept and continue. Yes. So this is good. I think we will go with the Earthview this time. Let us try to use different. So it is showing up some wallpapers, Earthview wallpapers. It is downloading and populating. Let us try this wallpaper. This one. Yes. This wallpaper looks good. We go with this one. No, not very good. This is also not that bad. Yes, this one should look good. Okay, so what we will do is now we will close the variety images and we will stick, or we can go with this. Let us try to open the Bing wallpapers. This one looks nice. Okay, I think this one looks nice. Let us see. Yes, this is nice looking wallpaper, or we can check this out. This is also nice looking. This is starfish. Yes, it is starfish. This one also looks so. I think we will use this. This looks fantastic. Yes, this wallpaper looks very nice. We will keep this. So this will spice up your user experience for the desktop. Now it looks very fantastic. Two baby elephants with mother. Now let us see if anything is missing. I think we have covered everything. Yes. Yes. system profiler. Now let us see, this is the system profiler that we had left out. So it will show us the computer summary, operating system, what kernel modules are installed. You can see the latest kernel that we installed. Only one thing that we could not do, that is remove the old kernel using the kernel remover. It was not working. I don't know what issue was there, but it could not remove the older kernel. But we could install new kernel and move over the system to the new kernel, but old kernel was not removable using the kernel removal application. So there are some benchmarks. You can do the benchmarks here. So for that, I think we will have a separate video on the kernel benchmark. I have done one kernel benchmark test. There is the video on our channel, but very few people have viewed it. I think people are mostly want to see the desktop reviews only. So there are many different videos I have done on different subjects in my earlier during the start of my channel, but I got very less views. So I had to do more of the desktop reviews than other things in Linux. There are many other informative things, features and applications that can be checked on Linux, but people mostly prefer to see the desktop reviews. So I have to stick mainly to the desktop reviews, but still I do experiment. I try to do new different things on my channel. So now I will stop the video here. See you in the next video. Bye bye.